welcome to the channel as we take you on a ride to visit history in the BC mining towns of Phoenix, Sandon and Kooteney, as we ride a few back roads and enjoy the night's camping, and at our most favourite in the Valley of the Ghosts, once called the Monte Carlo of North America, a town that was opera houses, saloons, red light districts, and railway wars where fortunes were made and lost overnight. At its heart still runs the last operating Nikola Tesla generator in the world, installed by Westinghouse, an astonishing feat of engineering that continues to produce clean hydroelectric power. After a quick stop in Princeton, we are riding towards the Headley and Mascot gold mine. You'll find more videos on the channel with a longer and more detailed history, including drone footage of this whole area. Deposits in the area were found in 1898, and the nickel plate mine began full operation in 1904. The gold mine that's perched dramatically on the cliff above town began operations in 1936 and became famous for its precarious location. Miners joked that only mountain goats could reach it, or was hauled down the dizzying tram lines to the valley floor. The mine closed in 1949, but its preserved buildings still cling to the mountainside like an eagle's nest. Karameas is known as the fruit stand capital of Canada, with roots in prospecting and early ranching tied to the gold rush trails that ran through the Similkameen Valley. In the 1860s, hopeful miners passed through here on their way to Rock Creek and the Fraser River goldfields. The area was also a meeting place for fur traders and indigenous communities who traded salmon and goods along the river. Local lore tells of hidden caches of gold dust buried hastily by prospectors passing through and was never reclaimed. Osoyoos was once a dangerous crossroads in the 1850s, with miners heading north that clashed with the Okanagan people, leading to tense standoffs along the border. The customs house at Osoyoos Lake monitored the flood of prospectors coming from the U.S., many carrying contraband gold. Stories tell of stagecoaches ambushed near Anarchist Mountain, with treasure buried in the sagebrush and sometimes forgotten, a reminder of Osoyoos' lawlessness and frontier beginnings. We are at Johnson Creek Campground and all set up for the night. Jonathan's just doing a few more chores down there. And we have the hammocks all set up. Can't wait till it gets dark and we can turn on our string lights. Always so much fun. Not much better than having a campfire last night and then waking up to a nice little creek beside you. It's always interesting when you look across and see how mining over the years dug up this whole area. It's very obviously tailings on the little roadway across from here. Have to look more into that. Rock Creek boomed in 1859 when a gold strike drew over 5,000 miners. The town sprouted overnight with saloons, tents, and a customs post, but the rush faded within a year as the gold ran out. American miners often crossed illegally, sparking tensions that led to the establishment of British authority in the interior. Greenwood, Canada's smallest city, thrived during the copper boom of the late 1890s. Smelters roared, and the town became a bustling hub of miners, gamblers, and saloon keepers. The mining wealth built brick buildings that still line its main street. During World War II, Greenwood was also a Japanese internment site, giving it a layered history of resilience. Today, in the center of town, was our turn up towards Phoenix, which was once called the highest city in Canada. It thrived as a copper mining boomtown from the 1890s to 1919, reaching nearly 5,000 residents. Mines produced vast copper shipments, fueling smelters and railways. The cemetery ahead was established by the Independent Order of Oddfellows in 1901 to serve its booming copper mining community. For Greenwood, they have driving tour stop number 9, and this is the actual old Phoenix graveyard. The Phoenix Cemetery, 1901 to 1919. Isn't this interesting and a real piece of history?
1847 to 1914.
1847 to 1914. They've really done a lovely job to maintain a piece of history that's so important. There's not much of pheonix left today, but these people were iconic to everything that once was. Tassalapa Michelini. Interesting. Krista Wilson and Gustav Martin. Gustav Adolf Martin. Pheonix declined with plummeting copper prices and a further strike. The mine closed in 1919 after World War I and the population left. Many buildings were dismantled, and in 1956 an open pit mine began operation on the site, but this eventually led to further abandonment of the town. Today, all that remains is the water-filled pit in the cemetery and the town's cenotaph, which was built to honor those who died in World War I. It is one of the few remaining structures from the original town site. This is the memorial that was erected in honor of the pheonix men who paid the supreme sacrifice in the Great War of 1914 to 1918. We then headed across the mountain for Grand Forks, riding the active logging roads and carefully looking for our planned route towards Lone Star Road to Gibbs Creek. But we soon found that the GPS has every ex-logging access road and goat trail shown as Gibbs Creek, and we inadvertently headed down an unplanned rough steep 4x4 road where I could practice those downhill skills in the heat of the day and test tire traction on loose rock, sand, bedrock, rolling rock, and adding winter ruts in just for shits and giggles. Of course I didn't turn my camera on when it got challenging, but in the end it was a good experience to ride what this bike was made for, and a building block of more practice. And when we pulled into town, Jonathan's bike had a clunk, so we stopped to take care of that. We had a wonderful locally sourced lunch and grabbed a hotel for the night, and basically I just walked into the shower fully clothed to get rid of the dust and grime. Jonathan's bike just needed a little chain maintenance and all was good. We have a lot more off-road to ride this trip, so a good night's sleep will make for a stronger day tomorrow as we head towards the silvery Slocan and the near ghost town of Sandon. Join us for the second part of this video as we ride into Sandon and spend the night in the Valley of the Ghosts and take a ride into Kooteney and continue our trip from there. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you on the road.